Can we put away the lie now that Democrats or people on the left are pro-choice? We've heard that word for so long, pro-choice this and pro-choice that. No, you've seen it. You've seen their real face in the wake of Roe versus Wade being overturned. They're pro-abortion. They love baby murder. You know what crisis pregnancy centers are, right? They are places where scared young women who maybe have made a mistake, don't know what to do, they can walk in the door of a crisis pregnancy center and free of charge, they can get things like ultrasounds. They get help with adoption, baby clothes, diapers, baby formula. These are just welcoming places that take young women and help them through a very difficult, scary time in their lives. And they do this, I want to emphasize this again, free of charge. It's just the most wonderful thing in the world. A crisis pregnancy center, just people who give. I want you to listen to this person. This person is a monster.
In Massachusetts right now, those crisis pregnancy centers that are there to fool people who are looking for pregnancy termination help outnumber true abortion clinics by 3 to 1. We need to shut them down here in Massachusetts, and we need to shut them down all around the country. You should not be able to torture a pregnant person like that.
Shut down crisis pregnancy centers? What level of demonic are we dealing with here? And yeah, I didn't say that word out of turn. I don't have another way to put it. If you want to, I don't care if you're as pro-life as I am or not. If you look at a crisis pregnancy center just there to help, the people who work in these places are saints, and you say, I need to shut this thing down, you're a monster, an actual monster in human form. What is wrong with these people? And did you know, you probably don't know because the media won't report it, did you know that pro-abortion activists are vandalizing and firebombing crisis pregnancy centers across the United States of America? Just how committed to murder are these people? Just how committed to baby murder are these people? Well, I think an abortion witness in front of Congress actually summed it up pretty well.
But what these restrictions are intended to do is try and stop people from having abortions. But abortion is healthcare. My abortion was the best decision I ever made. It was an act of self-love.
The best decision I ever made, an act of self-love. I will tell you, by the grace of God, I do know women, there are women in my life who have frankly had one before. And the guilt ravages them. And it shouldn't, because there's forgiveness and redemption and all those things, but the guilt ravages them. I'm grateful I've never met one who had one and said, woohoo, best thing I ever did. Which leads me to you. Where are you sending your child that you spent 18 years raising? Are you sending your child off to be educated by people like this?
You've referred to people with a capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women?
Many women, cis women, have the capacity for pregnancy. Many cis women do not have the capacity for pregnancy. There are also trans men who are capable of pregnancy, as well as non-binary people who are capable of pregnancy.
So this isn't really a women's rights issue.
We can recognize that this impacts women while also recognizing that it impacts other groups. Those things are not mutually exclusive, Senator Hawley.
Oh, so your view is that the core of this right then is about what?
So I want to recognize that your line of questioning is transphobic, and it opens up trans people to violence by not recognizing that.
Wow, you're saying that I'm opening up people to violence by asking whether or not women are the folks who can have pregnancies?
So I want to note that 1 out of 5 transgender persons have attempted suicide. So I think it's important
because of my line of questioning?
Because,
so we can't talk about it?
Because denying that trans people exist and pretending not to know that they exist
I'm
is
denying
dangerous.
that trans people exist by asking you if you're talking about women having pregnancies?
Do you believe that men can get pregnant?
No, I don't think women can get pregnant.
So you're denying that trans people exist?
And that leads to violence? Is this how you run your classroom? Are students allowed to question you?
Absolutely.
Or are they also treated like this?
You can sit and be horrified by that ghoul sitting there, but you should also know that lady is a law professor at Berkeley.
Don't Actress Jessie Kelly breaks history. Che Guevara, the latest episode of a new series available now exclusively for First TV supporters. Visit the First TV app or thefirsttv.com to subscribe and start watching today.